just met all of them,
Oh, you
and
did?
they're
Awesome.
really, really, they're really funny. But
Yeah.
the funniest thing to me was that at the question, "What's your favorite one?" they always said the first one.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
What's your
I'd
favorite?
probably say that too because, I mean, for me, it was my first movie. And that experience, it was like, I never thought I would be there. It was a really unique experience. And it was a very contained, small movie. We were being really ambitious, and I don't know, there was something about it that was kind of magical, but obviously these other movies have been incredibly fun to make with each other and they've gotten better each time, I think. So, that's probably my favorite just because of that, just that the experience off camera,
That's also interesting because it happened that you filmed the whole three, which is not quite usual.
Not normal, yeah.
Yeah. Well, how did that happen actually?
It wasn't planned. I didn't go into the first one thinking I would do the other two. I thought I would go off and do something else and let someone else make them, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't think of turning it over to someone else. But I'm so glad that I did. It's been a lot of fun to kind of stick with the story. And you're right. I mean, my first three movies are a trilogy. It's kind of cool, I had a lot of great fun making these things and learned a lot along the way. And I'm excited to kind of put this chapter to bed and move on to something new now,
What's your relationship with the technology that has changed the whole three? There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's the first one, like indie sort of, and then
Right.
a little bit more, and this one is very interesting.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yes.
Right? It's bigger in scope, but also I think it's probably the story itself, it lends itself to that. The first one was very much about the perspective of Thomas, right? His little perspective, and then slowly the movies kind of branch out. We see the perspective of Jorge and Brenda and Wicked, and this time it's very much Thomas and Teresa's story and how those two perspectives on the world kind of collide finally and meet and ultimately kind of change each other. So it meant for a larger story and lots of big kind of camera shots and the scope and scale is also important, and plus it's also important to kind of each movie, it needs to kind of feel like it tops the other, the one previous to it, so the VFX are bigger, of course, and that's part of the challenge, I guess, is that you want to kind of continuing to up the ante somehow each movie,
There's a scene that I don't know, but that's why I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
That gives away that it's probably your favorite director who is.
Okay.
Because there's a scene in the building
Uh-huh.
which reminded me of Jurassic Park
Oh,
a
really?
lot.
Oh, really?
Was it intentional or it's just
No.
my mind that?
It wasn't intentional on my part, but I noticed when you're talking about it's all the stainless
Yes.
steel and everything. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's probably the one in the laboratory when Dylan is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the stainless steel behind
Oh,
them
yes,
and that
yes,
stuff?
yes,
yeah,
yes,
all the
yes,
reflections.
yes,
yeah.
yes,
It
that
feels like that,
yes.
doesn't it? It's like the velociraptors are running
Yes.
around. I grew up on that movie. Jurassic Park is so incredibly influential to me, right? It wasn't something that I consciously was aware of, but I certainly see the influences popping up. So all the movies that I've grown up on, Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, all those movies, I was a product of that generation of movies. I'm sure they've all kind of found their way onto screen in some shape or form, Yeah. Wasn't intentional, though.
Okay. What's your favorite character of all of them?
I don't know. They all have something fun that I like and I enjoy, But I mean, the obvious answer would be Thomas, But Ki Hong is great. I think Kaya's character, Teresa, is like probably the most interesting of them all. She has the most interesting arc, the betrayer who turns out to have the redemption story. I don't know. It's hard to pick in terms of the movies, but they're all great.